Omar Jijiwa is APC Youth Advocate. He's also the Director General for the Youth Jagaban Network. He joins us live from our studio in Abuja. Thank you for staying the course, comrade. Let's discuss politics now, because we've seen the president consolidate power with the wave of defections of governors into the APC. But you know, the thing is, many see these moves as mere tactical ahead of 2027 rather than real ideological alignment. From a youth perspective, what do these defections signal about your party's mandate and its legitimacy?
It gives us more legitimacy, and it shows us how more and more people are interested in joining the renewed hope train that is going on in this country now. We have people that have defected into the APC. Others, or should I say a few, might just have done that because other people also did it. Some people are doing it for their own political survival. This is politics. Nigeria is not a country that has ideological parties. The first thing in this country we have to remember is that for you to attain any political position, you have to go through a political party. Without the political party, you lack the platform, you lack the tools for you to attain that mandate, for you to be able to help your people. Without it, we can't go into elections. So you need political parties. And you can't blame anyone for seeing a car with no driver, and then they refuse to enter and they run to a car that has a driver. It is simply for sustainability. It is simply just because they want to know that there's a direction somewhere. At least in the APC, it is obvious, we can see that most of us have already accepted the fact that, okay, we have a leader, and that's the president.
But is that really the reason why they are joining? Because we had the information minister the other day anticipate 30 governors for the APC by next year. It's like your party is ready to take in just anyone, so far as they deliver votes. What does that, where exactly does that place the APC ideologically? Because these are the same people you campaign against, you know, in 2023.
Nigeria, as I said to you earlier, our parties are not ideologically driven. They were not ideologically created. They were created as tools and platforms to win elections. Yes, that's the truth, you know. And we have to accept the fact. It will have been a much better case if we had ideological parties and we can have ideological elections and, you know, we can have that kind of, but that's not the case in Nigeria. We have to accept it. These are platforms created to win elections. Because without winning the elections, you can't have the mandate to participate in governance. And that loophole there is the reason why we are seeing people jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out. As long as that is the vehicle that is going to take them to where they want to go. And that's the situation that we have here in Nigeria. People are joining the APC. People are joining the APC because they feel that the APC is the best platform for them to get a mandate and support their people and bring development to their country. That is the best way for them to participate in governance. The other parties all have question marks. At least in the APC, we know, okay, we have a president, he's the leader of the party. So even if you have ambition or whatnot, you just have to follow it like that. So there's order. But in the other political parties, we see people that are jumping over each other, having issues, creating crises, doing so much. We have a party here now that was leading Nigeria, that today they don't even know whether they are going to have a convention because they cannot get a chairman and a secretary to agree to sign a document to INEC. In the APC, all their issues are not there. So based on that alone, if you have a sound mind, and okay, you are a serious person in this country that wants to go into serious things, you want to represent your people, you want to have the mandate to do the job, and you don't want some of this unnecessary noise. You don't want to start dealing with issues of who is going to give me the form. What if they go to, you don't want to deal with these things. You want to focus more on development of your people. as a governor. That is why.
Well, at least we have
APC, because at least there's stability.
At least we eventually have a.
At least there's stability.
Yes, but what I even wanted to say is that at least we eventually have a politician who acknowledges on national TV that our parties lack ideology, and that is mainly responsible for the frequency with which people can leave and join at will. But you know that young people in Nigeria are watching, because beyond the platform upon which these politicians, contest, what matters to them is governance and the quality of leadership that we get post-election. What is your network, for instance, doing now to convince these young Nigerians that the APC can deliver security, can protect democratic norms, even as we count down to 2027?
Well, it is a good thing that we don't need to do too much convincing, because the president is a popular one and the party is a popular party. If not, we will not be having these numbers coming into the party. So, being able to convince other young people is not really going to be a hard job to do.
Is there a sense to which you are confusing popularity amongst political elites with majority of Nigerians? Because there is no way you can test the popularity of a politician until you go to the polls. The fact that governors are joining your party may not necessarily mean that your party enjoys solidarity and support of majority of Nigerians. Do you agree?
I agree, or should I say, I understand the position that you're taking. But then I need to ask you a question, right? What metric do you want to use in knowing the popularity of the party if the election is not on you already? Are you going to wait until after the election, then you count and say, okay, yeah, this is more popular? You have to create methods and ways that you are going to use to scale, even if it is not completely official, even if it is not scientific, but you just want to have a formula that you can use at least to scale something. Now, these governors that are coming into the party, they won elections. They won their elections. So if we want to use that by just that metric, we'll say, okay, yes, we are having more people because they will come with their people. But yes, you cannot use that to test the popularity of a candidate or a party, because only the elections can actually tell you the reality of popularity.
If I give you 30 seconds, because we have to go now, to speak directly to Nigerians who are worried about sovereignty, security, political maneuvering ahead of 2027, what is your single most honest thought in this regard?
Nigerians, we need to start being Nigerians before we become anything else. Without a Nigeria, there's no country that we want to run to hold office for. If we don't have a Nigeria, there's no point of wanting to be a president. If we don't have a Nigeria, we are all wasting our time here. So there comes a time when we have to go above politics and go into national interest, go into national collaboration. Let us stand up and fight for our country, because nobody is going to do it for us. It is important that, yes, we hold our government accountable. And politics, that is the reason for it. And that's why we have opposition here. But there are times, as Ronald Reagan said, the only time you see everyone together is if we had an alien invasion into this world. Everybody is going to be the same. Everybody is going to be one and fight a common enemy. So there are times that we have to come as Nigerians, not as APC or as Nigerians, to support our country.
Good place to live in. Comrade Umar Jijiwa, APC Youth Advocate, DG Youth Jagaban Network. Thank you for talking to us on Beyond the Headlines.
Thank you so much.